I'm sorry. In the land of gods and monsters, I was an angel. Living in the garden of evil, screwed up, scared, doing anything that I needed. Shining like a fiery beacon, you've got that medicine I need. Fame, liquor, love, give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Me and God, we don't get along, so now I sing. No one's gonna take my soul away. I'm living like Jim Morrison, headed towards a fucked up holiday. Motels, sprees, and I'm singing. Oh yeah, give it to me, this is heaven, what I truly want. It's innocence lost. Innocence lost.
Welcome back to another Tuesday night Heroes and Hooligans Voodoo's Day production of Echoes of Zeppelin. We are in week 5 of the campaign, so you know what that means. That means recap.
Big shot, so what do you wanna pretend? You took the money, but the money couldn't buy a friend. Now I want you.
All right, that being said, recap being said, last week we left the gang as they had traveled through the Looking Glass into a quite whimsical yet swampy place where they tore shit up as soon as they put their feet on the ground. Because why wouldn't they tear shit up as soon as they put their feet on the ground?
Those rabbits picked a fight with us, man.
They were threatening, okay?
They did nothing to steal wrong. Our joy.
They did have a jaunty chant, though.
And now I have all of their joy in this gourd. So.
Yeah, so while you listen to the murder hobos justify their murdering, I'm going to turn it over to the party who is currently just off landing from Queensway onto the ground. And they're not too far from this sort of leaning tower of fairyful magic here.
Hello, giant snail friend.
Oh, that's right. You did want to speak with the snail, didn't you?
I do.
Yeah.
You do. You talk. He's a mollusk. You hear some like gurgling sounds, like he's almost trying to talk, but his mouth is in the slimy part that's down on the ground, you know? So he just kind of like bats his eyeballs together and looks at you as you say hello, friend.
We come in peace. Well, most, we don't come in. Wait a minute. Guys, I need help. We just murdered
Henry, are you all right? You sound a little echoey. I don't know if it's...
I mean, are we trying to... Does anybody actually talk to animals? Because otherwise we can just pantomime at the snail. That seems weird.
I wonder if they can read.
Hi. Yes. We mean you no harm. We meant the people who tried to rob us so much harm.
Except for Peter, we let him go.
Yep.
You cool with being, I guess, free? Not sure how sentient you are.
When you say free, he gets
excited and kind of nods his head a little at you, like, yes, this is definitely the goodest idea that you could have ever had. Cool. Awesome.
Maybe
I'm
do we want to take him with us, or are we gonna just let him crawl across and possibly get eaten by a beast?
You want to just do your own thing, or you want to come with us?
He looks at you like he would just rather go do his own thing.
All right. Bye.
Flip is tugging on your sleeve. Ask him what his name is. Or rather, most of the snails I know don't actually have a set gender. Ask them what their name is.
Would you like to give us your name?
He just kind of looks at you and mumbles a word that sounds something like murmur, murmur, murmur.
Which I can understand.
So Murray, we'll call you Murray.
He clicks his eyeballs together like Dorothy would her heels when you call him Murray. Like, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's go with that.
Now, Murray, I'm hoping you stick to a low sodium diet.
Yes.
It's not good for you.
Yeah.
If he had an eyebrow, he would raise it at you.
Murray, where are you going?
He just kind of like looks at you and makes the same kind of gurgling, mumbling sound that he'd been making as an attempt to talk before, but he kind of like leans his head to the right a little bit, gesturing. He'll probably head that way over yonder.
Does he have any type of like equipment on him at the moment?
Just the saddle that was on him. Like the saddlebag. They're like saddlebags, right? That's got some random shit in the pockets, a few rations here and there, standard mundane adventuring items that a brigand of Aragon would have been holding.
Are we wanting to let him go?
We can't keep him here. I mean,
If he wants to go, he can go.
He kind of gives you a look, Henry, and when he looks at you, he can tell that you're kind of sad in his choice to be a free snail. He's never been a free snail before, and he's really happy that you've given him the opportunity to have a sock. And so he looks at you like, it won't be the last time you see me, friend, and kind of turns away in the fastest turn that he could do, and tries to, speed off because he thinks he's super fast, but you look at him and he looks like the wind is blowing him back, but he's very barely moving because he's a snail.
As he passes me, I rolled a 15 animal handling to remove the saddle.
Absolutely. He'll pause and let you pull it off of him.
I just kind of nod at him.
He nods and continues on about his business.
Now, I believe that we should go and investigate that balloon crash. It seemed like the next most thing outside of immediate deaths and loss of joy.
what time of day is it? How much time do we have before dark?
Midday. 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Well, we can't take too long.
The crash landing site is only about an hour away. It's roughly a mile, so we should be able to make it there relatively quickly. It just sort of depends on how long the swamp continues.
Not like we got anything better to do. Let's go.
Okay.
So you want to head towards the direction where you saw the balloon kind of come down, right?
Yes, to the east.
Yep, it's to the east towards the tower. You can see the kind of tower looming in the distance. It's something that sticks up above any of the trees or shrubbery, things of the sort. So it is about an hour's travel. You start heading that way. As you can see, a crumbling stone tower rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the lower side of the tower's peak is a large woven basket, and at the end of its tangled ropes are tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp.
Should I just head up and see if there's anybody in there?
Oh,
I mean-
yeah.
What if? I don't know. I feel weird about this.
I feel weird all the time.
That's something we should talk about later. Flip.
Any other ideas?
No, go ahead and check it out. Seems
Right.
like a
Actually,
good
I think
idea.
that's a splendid idea.
I will fly up, keeping at least 10 feet distance from the basket in case somebody tries to shoot a fireball at me or something, so I can like be ready to duck. But yeah, gonna try to see what's in the basket.
Well, looking into the basket, you see the freshly fallen corpse of a bullywog dressed in some knightly attire.
Oh dear, guys, he's dead.
Who is he?
The frog person.
As you're kind of investigating, Flip, you hear some whispering off towards the tower a little bit more, kind of tangled up in all of that hanging string and things, not quite near the basket, but dangling down. You hear some whispering coming from that general direction.
Shh, there's someone else. Or something else. Can I get a look at anything in the ropes?
You can. You can. Let's find out what the whispering sounds like, shall we? Before you get a look.
Yes, please.
Psst, you there? I need your help.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
Free me up from here.
Pick you up.
Free me up, more like.
Free you. Free. Who are you, and why should I free you? And are you going to eat me if I do?
First of all, even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to eat you. Well, see, I'm Sir Talavar. I'm in a bit of a bind. So you see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Pavlorna Blightstrew when our balloon was set upon by an ill wind and sent plummeting to its, well, current unfortunate location. My pilot, as you noticed, did not survive, and I've been trapped up here for a while now. Please help me. I was my queen of the fall of Prismere.
I'm sorry. We'll go over these questions again once I get you down to my friends. What do I see when I'm looking at this friend?
Speak quietly.
You see whispering at you from inside a sort of gilded cage. You see this purple, violet colored fairy dragon. He appears to be trapped in a sort of bird cage. As he said, he is trapped. And it's stuck dangling in the strings of his hot air balloon, just as he had explained to you.
Okay. Don't do anything. I'll be right back. And I'm going to fly down to the group. There's a purple dragon, but it's tiny and friendly up there. He says his name is Sir Talavar. The problem is, if I cut him down, he's going to fall to his death. So, can anybody do anything to catch him when the cage falls?
Oh, well, can we do something?
All of us stand beneath it.
Yeah. Oh, we could take a tent and we could all hold it real tight below him, and when he falls down, we could catch him in the tent.
Isn't Huli? Isn't one of the carnival items we got a thing of featherfall?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not be hasty here.
Sir Talavar did shush you. He did say, shh, be quiet, because there are 2 serpents asleep in the brambles just outside the tower. If you awaken them, they might put the squeeze on you, or even worse, devour Sir Talavar and his cute little self.
Okay, we have to do this quietly.
Now, I have a bedroll. We can hold it real tight and you'll fall right into it.
I have some of that pixie dust that's supposed to make you fall down
Let's
slow.
not use any magic if we can avoid it.
Well, it doesn't make any noise. It's just pixie dust, right?
How much
It's magic, right?
How much pixie dust do we have between us?
We never checked.
I have
We
some.
really should have.
I have some.
I don't mind using mine if we've got more. And at some point, maybe one of us wants to study it some and see if we can figure out how to do it without that. But for now, I'm going to go cut him down after I put the pixie dust on him so he can fall quiet. I still think you should use a bedroll to try to pad any landing sounds. Because then we need to figure out how to get him out of the cage and all that jazz.
That's
Okay?
right, I'm on it. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to use the pixie dust. I'll take it out of my inventory now. And then I will cut through the ropes so that Sir Talavar can land on Lever's bedroll.
Okay.
Before then we can try to figure out how to get him out of the cage / talk to him.
Okay.
Should I do a sleight of hand to catch him?
Yes, I was just going to ask if you would certainly do that. And Flip, I would also like you to roll me a similar sleight of hand check to see if, while you're cutting the ropes, if you're able to do so quietly and effectively.
That is a 22.
Okay, you do it quiet and effectively. What about you, Lever? Do you think you're going to catch this guy?
That's right, a 16 to catch this noble creature.
All right, so you cut quietly through the ropes. The cage breaks free and it falls into Lever's blanket, making minimal clinking noises. The sleeping serpents in the brambles not awaken.
Okay, Sir Talavar. Now that you're on the ground, what were you saying about escaping from the evil queen?
Let's maybe move a bit further away from those serpents, and then I'll
That's
tell you
right.
everything.
That's right. That's
Oh.
good.
Okay, I guess we should probably get you out of the cage then, huh?
That would be also a good idea, yes.
Well, I'm pretty good with sleight of hand, but is anybody better than me?
Henry, that would be me.
Or Matt.
I'm a bartender, remember?
This is very true.
All right. Well,
Do you want to try and free him first or move away first?
We should maybe move away from the giant snakes.
Well, I'm a little worried that moving the cage is going to make noise.
I'm rather comfortable being around snakes, and that is a 23 sleight of hand.
So, Mads, you start trying to pick this lock, and when you start to try to pick this lock, it feels as if your picks and your pieces are going into the right places. It feels like the tumblers are falling the way that they need to fall for it to unlock. But unfortunately, once you feel the last tumbler click into place, the lock does not open. And it kind of starts to rattle on the cage a little bit, making more noise than it had like making noise now. It's like rattling.
As soon as it starts making noise, I fully stop. It may be better for us to attempt to wait.
All right. Should we wrap the cage and just try to carry him away?
Yeah.
All right.
How large is this cage?
It's a bird cage size. Like yeah, like you know,
Wonderful.
the
Then
ones
there's no
that are,
reason.
yeah, like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Who's carrying this?
I will.
Not me.
I got it.
Thanks.
I'll wrap Lover's blanket around it and kind of hold him to my chest and walk.
Okay. So you go. How far away do you think that you want to walk away from the tower? 100 feet or so?
I say 200 feet.
200 feet. Okay. So you go 200 feet back. And do you try to hide or you just stop and do the thing?
Hide.
Okay. Give me stealth.
Natural 20. I am the knight tonight.
Natural 20.
What?
Yes.
17.
18.
Wait, Henry,
He's
did you
been
also get one?
dancing with
I also got a
Mr.
nat 20.
Brownstone. Oh, what? Oh, 7. Sorry.
Oh my god.
So everybody but Lever is able to kind of tuck away out of space, but like Lever's doing Lever things and singing and stuff.
I immediately run off in the opposite direction, singing loudly.
Oh god.
Oh, you're splitting the party, I heard you
Well,
say.
what I am doing is not alerting them to our location.
You're splitting the party.
I would never split the party. That's just bad tactics.
So if I see this happening, I am going to roll my head and follow him because there are snakes and, dude, are you trying to get eaten?
Well, what I'm trying to do is not get you eaten. I've failed my check.
I mean, I get you, but you can't just sing songs to snakes.
Well,
you have to use a special flute.
That is a good point. Let me get my flute. I use one of these here. He's been dancing with Mr. Brownstone. I run 200 feet in the opposite direction.
Okay.
And then I shape shadows, and I keep shaping shadows 30 feet ahead, singing. I can create a sound or an object, and I create an illusion, minor illusion, shape shadows, where my voice continues running off singing, he's been knocking, but he won't leave me alone. And it keeps going, and I stop and I hide again. And that's what I do.
Okay.
And that's an at will cantrip. Thank you very much.
Okay. Give me another stealth to see if you hide again 200 feet in the opposite direction of your party.
That's right. That's right. You won't leave me alone. That's an 8. No. Alone.
That's a pretty far distance to be away from your friends in a foresty, swampy area.
It could have worked out better, but you know.
It's
Henry.
a really a
At
bad
what point do we?
way. You find yourself split from your party friend.
I know, but what we're not going to do is get that noble creature killed, and that's not going to happen tonight. Because I will lay my life on the line for that creature as soon as I saw it.
What? Why?
Because I don't know why, but I felt that way, and that's how I had to feel.
Is he out of message
Lever?
range? Is this?
Yeah.
Seems
Oh
weird.
no!
200 feet away.
Yes! You're out of that!
Yeah, Lever's a good 200 feet away from the party in this very swampy, mysterious place.
I am an elf.
You are an elf.
You're not the knight, though.
You
Let me
are
tell you
not.
that.
I am a loud knight. Nothing good happens after midnight, and I'm nothing good.
Flip, where is everyone? Where are you in, Lever? Why can't I hear Lever?
If you can't hear Lever, that's a problem because he's making all kinds of racket. You should get your hearing checked. I'm here. I don't know what to do. He went that way, y'all are over there, and this is not good.
Now, a very generous reading would be that my second voice, my Shape Shadows voice, would create almost a split perception. If someone was listening, they wouldn't know whether I was here or there. It'll almost be like a mirror image, just from a sound standpoint. It'll be a generous viewing of the situation.
So you're doing surround sound. You're making it worse.
I'm in stereo. That's
Oh,
right.
you
Stereo
split
lever.
The party in stereo is
That's
what I'm
right.
hearing.
Splitting the
Okay.
party in stereo.
We're splitting the party.
Episode 7. Next week.
Yeah, we'll find out what happens to Lever when you split the party in stereo on the first episode of Echoes of Zeppelin next week.
Season 4.
All right, so Lever is off far away from the party, doing far away from the party things. Flip is somewhere midpoint between Lever and the party in the air, I'm assuming, having a look of complete fucking confusion on his face. Delia is having a minor meltdown, and Cece's clinging to the cage with Sir Talavar in it, who's still covered by a stuffy camping blanket.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'll take the blanket off. And I'm gonna set him down on the ground and sit in front of him. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for, well, taking me down at least.
Yeah.
Your friend is very brave to risk his life like that.
Oh, we kind of do that a lot. The
Oh.
whole risking things. It's fun.
Do you often hide in a different direction than the rest of the party so
No.
unsuccessfully?
You know, in fact, most times he's the one who tells us to stay together. I don't know what's going on with his head right now, but I think something from the swamp must have got him. I don't know. It just
This is our first time, like, actually out in places, so this is all new to us.
yeah,
Oh, that's
especially some of us.
okay.
We should get you out though.
Would be nice, but I'm afraid, short of magic or the key to the cage, it won't be easy to open.
Is there a specific key or?
Yeah, there is a goblin that has that key. He's living atop Telemy Hill, I believe. It's not too far from here. His name is Jingle Jungle.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. He's not just gonna give us the key, is he?
How did he get the key? Did he shoot down your balloon?
Where were you going?
the thing is, well, it's a long story actually. So you see, I'm on the mystery of the Summer Queen, and I've been traveling to Prismir to persuade Zeblina to ally with the city court against our enemies, the Fonorians. And well, when I got there, I kind of discovered that Prismir has been seized by the hags from the Hourglass Coven. So, but before I could return with those news, Bavlorna trapped me in this cage that inhibits my magic, so I can't do much. And one sympathetic Bullywog, he stole the cage. His name was Wigglewog, and he stole the cage with me, and he fled with me with the balloon. Well, but then our balloon got attacked by a malicious wind that sent it careening into this tower in the middle of swamp. And Wigglewog, he died in the crash, and I've been stranded here since, dangling. The serpents kind of caught up to the balloon because they are they are in service of Pavlornas, so they caught up with the balloon, but they are lazy, fortunately for me, so they were too lazy to climb up the tower. They just fell asleep near the base of it.
Okay. That's a whole lot to unpack.
Oh.
So, rewind. We can't let you out because we don't have the key. You were here. You found out some bad things. You're going back to report the bad things. Got captured. Someone shot you down, and now you're here. Am I missing anything?
That's the gist of it, yes.
Cool.
How did the goblin get your key?
Come again?
Henry, what was that?
How did the goblin get your key, though?
Oh, I just know that he has it. Probably Bavlorna gave him the key, I think.
Cool.
And how do you know how to track down this goblin? What was his fucking Chumbawamba?
Thought it was Jabberwocky.
Jingle Jangle is his name.
Close.
It is absolutely absurd either way.
It's just his name. No need to tell him it's absurd.
Cool. Everybody take
So
about
how
like
do we
10,
track him
10
down?
paces back. 10 paces back, everybody, for like 3 seconds.
Cece's not going to move. What are you doing?
What are you about to do?
This is really suspicious. Is this not really suspicious to anybody else?
It is suspicious, Henry, but he can't get out of this cage. There's nothing he can do to us.
Yeah, but we shouldn't say it in front. Okay, fine.
We're going to be fine. It's fine. Delia, you can't exactly get him out. Guys, what do you... I mean, Lever's in the wind. Should we just start walking towards the inn? I mean...
Meanwhile,
the inn that moves?
It
We don't
doesn't
even
move
The inn that
anymore,
can
it's
never be
stuck.
found in the same place?
I thought it was stuck, though.
no, it's stuck like around here, but not like specifically. Just its range is limited, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, in the middle of all of this, Flip is relaying this information to Lever and finally goes, "Dude, you better get back here. We have to go find Jingle Jangle and steal his keys."
That makes sense to me, sure.
Yep.
Why not? Let me try to sneak back. Should I try to sneak again?
Apparently, he lives at the top of Tell Me a Hill.
Oh, okay. All right. I found
So
my
you're sneaking
thrill.
back, you said, yeah?
Stop singing while you sneak, dude. Stop singing while you sneak.
We're going back?
At will, I shape shadows. I sing, I found my thrill 30 feet away in the opposite direction as I sneak with an 18.
Oh, you are the knight!
Finally!
Oh my god.
I'm so glad the shadow has returned to the shadows as
Hi.
he sneaks back.
on Telling Hill.
I'm just hoping that the hill doesn't actually talk.
And
Like-
what if it has eyes?
That wouldn't bother me.
Oh,
But if it's talking hills, I don't trust them. That sounds like a really big roper.
Why would a hill talk?
You never know. Stalactites do sometimes.
what about
Well,
stalagmites?
I wouldn't know about
too.
that. Never talked to any stalactites.
Have you spent much time in caves?
Not really, no.
Okay, so if you
No.
do spend time in caves, if a stalagmite talks, go away from it fast.
You know what they say
But right-
about a stalagmite that doesn't talk?
That you can make a home in it.
Yep.
Where's this talking hill?
Oh, it's not far away from here. It's Talami Hill, not but it's in that direction, and he points in the direction of the hill. It's-
Okay.
and
I
yeah,
don't-
I would if you help me. I don't have much in terms of possible reward, but I can give you my sword.
No, you need that.
Why
No,
is your
I'll get a
sword
new one
worth
when I
giving
get
to
back
us?
home. Don't worry.
I'll take a sword.
I mean,
It's very small.
I
What-
am a big fan of swords.
what's so special about your sword?
Oh, it's magical.
I am an even
shiny.
bigger fan of swords.
Yep.
Well, if it's
Sounds
magical,
like
then
Henry.
Yes, for most of you that would be more like a dagger, but it's a for me it's a sword.
it's a sword for me. I hold up my rapier. Looks about the same size.
Henry, you want it?
I mean,
Use
I've never-
daggers?
I don't know. We first have to survive the talking hill goblin, and then
Maybe-
who knows?
Flip, why don't you take it?
I mean, he said after we let him out, though, so we should go find the talking hill first.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
And
cool.
especially because we're leaving him here in a cage, and I'm going to start trying to build up like moss and things as a little bit of camouflage around the cage,
We're
Why
not
would we not? Why would
taking
we
him
not
with
take
us?
him?
because I keep forgetting that cage isn't very big for the rest of you. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna carry him. Do you mind if I put the blanket around you again just to stay quiet? I'll leave a little bit open so you can like see out.
No, of course, no problem.
Okay. And Cece's gonna toss the blanket over and just leave a little bit peeking out so that they can breathe and just kind of hold him like she did before. All right. We going?
We're off to see the hill that may or may not talk.
Not scary at all. No.
Hills have eyes of the bluest skies.
And we are all believing this, right? Right.
Hey.
No questions asked here.
Why would we not believe this? It fits with everything else we know.
What else are we gonna do, Delia?
Okay, apparently we're just taking people at their words now. Got it.
As opposed to what?
I don't know. Maybe assuming that things aren't quite so clear cut, that they are withholding information.
Or it's
I
a
mean-
trap.
That's possible, but there's no way to know unless you try.
By
Isn't there
walking,
Regardless of
another word for
everything.
trap?
by walking into the yes, you know it's a trap by walking into the trap.
What's
And-
that word you like to use so much?
Entrapment.
Yeah, that.
Well, if
Rick-
you don't
Rick-
try
Rick-
it, you'll never find out if it's a trap.
By walking into the trap.
Right. But if you don't go, you won't know.
Regardless of everything, I think us heading to the inn is going to be beneficial because we've been told by multiple people that it is a point of interest in this world. So regardless of anything, us heading over in that direction isn't going to prove fruitless. And if we decide later on that we should not let this man out of the cage, okay. We're simply carrying him around at the moment.
I will die for
Listen,
this
no.
creature.
You almost did.
Please
Horseshoes and
don't
hand
go.
grenades, man. Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Okay,
don't
new
make a
rule. We
decision.
don't throw away our lives for people we don't know.
If we don't make a decision fast, I'm just
So
going to
did
start
I
walking.
finally teach you all the
I'm
lessons?
already
You
walking.
split the
We're
party?
Vance is walking off.
Cece's next door.
I'm on there too.
I'm sorry, Lever. The gods above thought they heard you asking a question and didn't hear it quite loud enough. Could you say that again?
No, well, I must have made my stealth check if they didn't hear it.
So, which direction are we heading again?
You're heading farther east.
Cool.
As we keep heading east, I would like to fly along next to where the cage is and go, so, tell me of your adventures.
Oh, there were so many, I tell you. So one time I had to my queen had this enemy, right? And he sent his army, and I had to actually head with our army to fight them. That was an epic battle, I tell you.
Yes.
And another time, I was attacked by this giant worm in a jungle. Yeah, and that was an epic battle too.
Wow, I didn't know worms came topside. Did you get eaten?
Oh no, of course no. I wouldn't be here if I did.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll agree to disagree on that point. But, so, is there anything else we should know about this land?
Probably a couple of things. So, Pavlona Blightstraw, the one I mentioned, well, she's a hag. She has two sisters. She loads them, absolutely loads them, but they do form the Hourglass Coven. They are using some kind of cauldron. I think it's an artifact. And using that, they kind of frozen time in Zybilna's palace. So they trapped her inside in her palace. So yeah, Pavlona, I think, lives in a cottage on stilts at the heart of Downfall. It's a Bullywug settlement. The Bullywogs of Downfall are quite courteous and welcoming, I give you that. Of course, if you do not
Can you
offend them.
say, you said she lives in a cottage on stilts, and then you said somewhere, but
Downfall, that's the Bullywug settlement.
right, I heard the part about the Bullywogs. Oh, Downfall, huh?
Yeah.
And you said the Bullywogs are loyal to her? Not loyal to her? Generally squishy?
Most of them do work for her, yes, but they are quite courteous and welcoming generally. Of course, if you don't offend them.
Use good manners. Well, that's a rule for everyone. If you insult them, they just eat you sooner.
And they like big words, I think.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yes,
while we're traveling, I turn and look at Delia and just kind of tap my temple for her.
Message, everything good?
Just figured I would fill you in without openly advertising in front of a strange person that we met 20 minutes ago. I think he's being truthful.
I still hate all of this, but...
Oh, believe me, I don't like it either.
Okay, great.
But he's being honest, and that is something that we can act on.
As that's going on, I'm going to say, so where is Zybilna's palace that's frozen in time? If you were supposed to visit her, don't you know where you were going, or is this like every other wandering?
I'm pretty sure I know where I was going, and I would like to ask powers that be to help me out here.
Let it go, let it go.
That would be the Palace of Heart's Desire in the dead smack middle of the north central region of Prismere. It lies on the north end of where you're currently at in Hither. You can sort of see it on the map as the castle peeks through the kind of mist that surrounds the area you're in now.
This is all very good to know, or a very interesting trap, and I appreciate the fact that you're not trying to convince me that it's one or the other.
Well, you make your mind as you wish. It's up to you always.
I only make up my mind once there's a point to doing so.
That's actually a good idea.
I mean, your life is kind of currently, at least in my hands. So,
That too.
yeah. Okay.
Make up your mind.
So as you sort of
Decide
begin
to
to
walk
travel,
with me.
you start to enter into this sort of mist surrounding the area that you're in, as crossed over some small stream. But you've noticed that the water through the land is quite murky and sort of green looking. It doesn't look drinkable water at all. You sort of pass over a stream and into this sort of kind of mist that hangs quite low to the ground. And as you kind of travel into the mist, peeking up through in the distance, you can see some hills. And you are greeted with the scent of sweet smelling fruit. Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze despite the absence of one.
Is it blood orange?
It's
Ooh.
not
Oh.
blood orange.
I don't trust the fruit smell. I don't know why. I trust the dragon, but not the fruit.
Can I potentially roll nature to identify this fruit?
Imagine the shade.
Sure.
19.
It's a 16.
To identify the fruit. You want to identify the fruit. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Keep traveling through the mist, and I will identify this fruit for you.
Cool.
Okay. That doesn't sound sketchy at all. Let's go.
I would be careful around those trees.
Why,
But
Flip?
I don't know. I just. Plants that move without permission make me nervous.
Because of the wind?
What wind?
There's no wind.
Do you feel wind? Because I don't feel it. We may feel wind as we get up higher, but right now all I feel is the clouds sticking to my skin.
Entrapment.
I want to keep an eye on the water. I don't trust the water. It's too green.
I don't trust the smell. It's too inviting.
We honestly shouldn't trust anything.
I don't
Welcome
trust the
to Fey
mist.
trickery. Welcome to Fey
Hey,
trickery.
I resemble that remark.
So do
Yeah, me
I.
too.
It's fine.
Yes, Jesus, what is it?
As you sort of hone in on that sweet smell, it gives you sort of a faint appley smell, but it's a lot sweeter than a normal apple.
I once killed somebody with a poison that smelled like apples. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Did I say that out loud?
What? Oh,
Isn't that arsenic? Or
Yeah.
wow.
Can I potentially glean any fruit name? Or is it just a particularly sweet apple?
You don't quite know the fruit name, as it's a new smell to you. The thing that is closest in resemblance to something you've smelled before is apple.
Wonderful.
Can I roll a perception check?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you perceiving?
This mist and like what's in front of us, just to see if there's anything out there.
Okay.
That's a 12. What do I see?
You see, as you kind of break through a majority of the mist, you come to the sort of base of these hills. You see a narrow game trail that sort of leads up the hills, and you see the willow trees that are moving. And you see the smell of this fruit is coming from another set of trees kind of growing along the hillside. And they seem to have this bright red kind of fruit hanging from them, a very sort of shiny but waxy sort of coating on the outside, bright green leaves on the tree. The bark of the tree seems to be like a very deep kind of purple with some bright red kind of weaved through it.
Smoke on the water.
Huh. Why do I want to touch it though? I shouldn't touch it, right?
No.
Not until you know
No.
more about it.
I'm gonna open the little curtain just a little bit more. Sir Talavar, do you
Yeah?
know anything about this over here?
Do I?
You don't.
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't.
Figured I'd check.
Reasonable.
You don't see your snail, Henry.
Meh.
I'm your candy apple. Candy apple, I'm your candy apple.
Candy apple.
You find
I
yourselves
need an apple bone.
the base of this hill, and you see this sort of narrow game trail that leads up. The trail is narrow enough that it seems like you can only travel up it in sort of a single file line, but it's a very clear cut path through the vegetation and the trees around. Sort of, you can see it leads up to a kind of flat landing. And where the flat landing is, you can see some smoke rising, and the smell of the fruit seems to be coming from that direction.
Do we want to go in the front door or do we want to try to look for a back door?
Well, let's see how we feel about our stealth.
I feel great. I feel great about stealth. I
I
did.
feel like I'm due.
As long as there aren't any cats, I feel great.
I'm so due.
Yeah, Henry, you don't want to run into any fairy cats.
I really don't.
I feel like if there's a way for us to take an apple without touching it, we might want to have one with us, but I don't know anything about the apples. So I don't know why I think that.
I'd like to mage hand an apple.
You want to get one off the tree?
Yep.
Go for it.
I have mage hand.
It looks like a shiny red apple on the outside.
Maybe just put it in your bag in case it comes in handy later.
Can I actually grab two so that I can cut one open with my dagger out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay.
Remember to say thank you to the trees.
Thank you,
And the
tree.
birds and the bees.
Thanks, trees.
So you get the second apple and you pull out your dagger and you cut it open. And the inside of this apple sort of shaped fruit is much juicier in the flesh. So it kind of like seeps out onto your hand as you cut it. And then as you pull your piece away and you look inside, you see the flesh has this sort of light purple tint to it. And there's only one pit in the center instead of several seeds.
Is it a peach? Is it a peach?
Huh.
I'm gonna eat it.
Oh my god.
No! God!
It tastes like a very, very sweet apple, similar to if you've ever in real life eaten a pink lady apple. Very similar flavor.
Oh, those are so good.
Yeah, so a very, very, very sweet, delicate flavor. Very soft, easily bruisable flesh. Light purple sort of color and hue, sort of like a lavender.
Definitely bring that with us. It could be handy.
And I don't feel any magical effects. It's just a dope fruit.
Just a dope fruit.
So I'm back to my question.
I might get a few more. I'm gonna hand them out.
Oh, this is a bad idea. Okay.
Oh,
Oh god,
no,
we're
they're
trespassing
good.
and we're stealing. We're
They're
trespassing
good.
and we're stealing. Oh, we deserve entrapment.
Henry, we're gonna be fine.
We're trespassing and we're stealing.
Repeat
Take a bite
after
of it.
me. Thank dear trees, I appreciate it.
It's not the trees I'm worried about.
Dear trees.
I cut another
have-
slice of the
no.
fey apple, and I hand a slice to Henry.
I reluctantly
actually
eat
quite
it.
good.
We are eating fruit of the Fae. You
good.
realize that
She did it first.
I ate your fruit. Why shouldn't you eat ours?
I know.
I'm just gonna put one in my bag. I am not hungry right now, so Yeah.
Matt's would have distributed one to everyone, and she would have
Cool.
2 on her person.
cool. Let's just keep going then, because we have places to be, and it is gonna be dark soon. Please, we need to be out of here before it gets dark.
It's
Yeah.
a single file thing, and we're about to trespass. Maybe the stealthy ones of us should scout ahead.
I'll be in the back with Sir Talavar. And Lever's going to be behind me because for some reason he's just not stealthy today.
It's because he keeps singing while he's trying to sneak.
I only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll be behind you, Henry, if you'd like.
Yep, that's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll be there too. I can go wherever. I'm very, very neutral on sneak.
I'll go
guess I'm leading
right
the
behind
way.
Henry.
Oh god. Okay, I guess I'm leading the way.
I'll go first if you want.
No, I am the knight.
Okay. So you're stealthing up the side of the hill.
Yep.
Okay.
I still think we should have looked for a back door, but oh well.
So you start to kind of head up this path, right? And as you sort of start to head up the path, you see these willow trees are very much swaying. They're not violently swaying like storm winds, but their leaves kind of gently sway as if it was like a gentle spring breeze. And as you get about halfway up the first leg of the trail, 5 of these willow trees sort of move out of the forest and into your sort of path. 1 in the middle, 2 in the back, and 2 in the front. And they greet you in very low, rumbling sort of voices, but in common. And they greet you very politely and welcome you to Telemy Hill. And the one in the middle pipes up in a still very low grumbling voice, but a little higher pitch than the first one that spoke to you, asking you how long you plan on staying.
As long as we are welcome, and probably not much longer than that.
Their branches sort of creak and groan in a way as to sort of smile at you. They don't appear to be very hostile. They're not giving off any negative vibes, anything like that. They're just very big, very large, very old tree creatures.
Do we ask him about Jingle Jangle?
We can. We might want to make a pleasant conversation first.
It may be a mistake because we would want to wait until we're up in the inn rather than on our way up.
Manners matter a lot around here.
They do.
What are we to call you, great flora of this forest?
The main one that spoke to you first says you can call him Treebeard.
Tis a pleasure, Treebird. You may call me Flip. My companions may choose to give you their gnomes as they see fit. We are reasonably new to this particular corner of the land and had heard that this hill was the denizen of someone named Jingle Jangle.
And he responds in a very sort of loving tone when speaking of Jingle Jangle. And he sort of draws in a long breath and he says, Jingle Jangle. And his words are very long and drawn out. And he explains to you how she's very, very friendly. It takes him quite some time to get through his conversation, as, like I said, his words are long and drawn out. He talks to you about the fact that she collects keys and is always talking about them. He tells you about her coat and that her coat is made of keys that jingle and jangle when she walks. How she got her name. And he gets sort of this sad expression in his face when he tells you that a few days ago, while she was rooting in the swamp for truffles, she was attacked and robbed by brigands. She hasn't left her hilltop den since returning to the hill and is probably extremely hungry by now.
Oh. Well, we have some apples.
Wait, brigands. Did we find a key along with that gourd?
Don't think so.
Oh.
All I found on the body was a gourd. Right? No. Wasn't there a key?
I don't know. I didn't take anything from the bodies.
No.
Did you find a key?
Didn't Levy give us something? Oh, God. Why can't I remember?
Well, looking through my notes, because I have mental notes.
I swear we have a key at some point.
I don't know if it's the right key, though.
That's worth a shot.
We're looking for... Mr. Treebeard, we recently ran into some brigands of our own, and I'm wondering if that is related in some way to the fate of your friend.
It could be. They were very not nice little hop-along friends. We tend to push them off the hill if they come here.
That tracks.
I have no regrets about doing what I did. None.
I didn't say you should. Which way did she go? We better go find her.
These trees, noticing that you're deciding to be friendly with them, offer you to shuffle you up the hill. And as they do, as the final offer of the shuffle comes down, you see the sort of large swinging arms of the tree people reach down and grab up each one of you. And as they do, they kind of bring you up the hill the same way you would travel across the stage if you did a stage dive. And so they kind of use their branches to push you along, and they bring you up to where Jingle Jangle lives, and they gently set you down. And you hear a womanly voice singing in the background, "I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle," hanging out by herself, things like that. And you see a set of worn stone steps that lead down into what feels like a cellar. It's chilly in there, and you detect the subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within that chamber, you can see sputtering candles illuminating a multitude of keys dangling from taut strings that crisscross the walls. Hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in the scene, you hear the sounds of keys jingling just as a goblin emerges from the dimness. She wears a coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She manages a faint smile and says, "How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you.
Wait,
You know what? Hi. You can call me Lizzie. You're Jingle Jangle, right?
Yes. I am Jingle Jangle. Nice to meet you, Lizzie.
Nice to meet you. Obviously you steal keys and stuff.
Acquire.
Find. Treasure hunt. Yeah.
Collect.
Yeah, there's the word. Do you know the significance of some of these keys, or do you just like them because they're pretty?
I just like them because they're very, very pretty. I got a new one the other day. I found it. It's very, very shiny, and she holds up this sort of like silver magical looking key that she rifled through a stack of keys on a sort of table, and she like holds it up very proudly and is like, "I have this one. It's very nice. I just found it when I was in the forest."
What can we trade you for it, possibly?
Oh,
Are you hungry?
oh, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since those brigands attacked me the other day, and I've just been up here hiding because and she like lifts up her arm, and you can see like under the side of her armpit, like in her rib cage area, where her key sort of chainmail is ripped open, and you can see where it looks like it's bandaged, like she got stabbed under the arm there.
Oh, how you feel about beignets?
What's Ben Gay?
Well, now that's for sure mushrooms. I said beignets.
Oh, you said a what again?
Yeah, that's right, a beignet. See.
Oh
It's,
yay! An oh yay! I've had lots of oh yays in my life.
Oh yes. And how about some apples?
Oh, I like apples.
Okay.
So
How
we're
do you
gonna
feel
have
about
oh
bacon?
yays
Do you
and
think
apples?
bacon should be crispy or floppy?
Floppy bacon is that of the archfey, the bad archfey, not the nice one.
Oh, hear that, Flip?
I make my bacon crispy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you want to feel better?
Yeah, I would love to feel a lot better because this is. Have you ever been just so sad because all you want to do is collect keys and eat truffles, but these just terrible floppy-eared little robbers come along and ruin all of your fun? Have you ever just been that kind of sad? It's like one of the worst kind of sads I ever felt. The only time I was ever this sad before was when I lost my favorite key that I found. Did I show you the shiny key I just found the other day? And she starts rifling around. Oh, here it is. Check it out. And she holds up the same fancy silver key. I've only ever been so sad again when I lost my other favorite key. Oh.
Well, do you require physical healing or just emotional healing?
When I get that feeling.
No,
Lever, we're not offering that kind of healing.
I could go for a little bit of each kind of healing.
Okay, I want you to take some deep breaths with me. Ready? Deep breaths. Okay, you feel better? You feel better?
That was lovely. That was lovely.
And I will cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Which gives her. Ooh, not a bad roll on my part. She gets 7 hit points back. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You'll feel better if you just take some deep breaths. How's that?
You know, I should wake up in the morning and do these deep breaths because I just love the smell of apples.
Would you like an
Give her
apple?
the food. Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh, you brought apples?
Yes, I will hand her my apple.
Oh, I love these apples. They're so sweet and juicy. And she takes a giant bite out of this apple, and the juice kind of just runs down her face, and she looks at you with these like big, innocent, doughy, happy, dobby eyes, and is like, "Thank you so much for giving me this apple. You said you wanted this key. I have lots of keys. You can have it. Better you should have it than those long-eared brigands. First they sold Jingle Jangle's truffles. Now they'll want to steal Jingle Jangle's keys. Someone ought to give them a good shaking down so they know what it feels like."
That's right.
Well, actually, this is the key to the cage, isn't it? Just confirming above table.
We can try and find out.
Sure.
I am going to look at Mads and Delia and kind of eye contact, going to the blanket, eye contact back to them, like, is this good? Can I do this? Can I move it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going
have
to take
to
the blanket
move it.
of the cage.
I'm going to, if Jingle Jingle is offering it, I will take the key.
Yeah, she hands it right over to you.
Thank you.
In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following.
We could probably even
you.
give it right back to you. We just need it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm
no reason.
going to try the key on the cage.
Okay.
The lock pops open.
Wonderful.
You can come out now.
So yeah, Sir Talavar is basically flying out of the cage as soon as the door opens. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, so good to be myself again. And he will hand his sword to the person that unlocked the cage.
I have it now. Why? You don't have to give this. You can keep it.
Oh, no worries. I will get a new one, and don't worry, I'm not defenseless without it. I'm still a dragon after all.
This is true.
I love the fact that you're my size and you're a dragon.
Yeah. Sir Talavar aspires one day to be a real dragon-sized dragon instead of just a fairy-sized dragon.
Gotta start somewhere.
I'll grow in time to be bigger.
Gotta start somewhere.
Well, maybe someday I'll be a dragon-sized fairy.
That's right.
I'm going to turn and give the key back to Jingle Jangle.
I'm giving the sword to Flip.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jingle Jangle looks very happy and ecstatic that you decided to give the key back, and they start to stammer a little bit. No one's ever been so nice to Jingle Jangle. Would you like to stay and have some tea?
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, Jingle Jangle, would you like the cage as well? We have no need for it. And you have so many keys. Perhaps it's good to hear more than just the jingle jangle of keys, but the sound that you get when you use them.
You know what? I have an idea. And they run away, and you hear a bunch of rustling and racket, and you hear some banging and clanging as if something crashed into a wall.
Oh dear.
And then you see Jingle Jangle run back out, and in their hand, they're holding a key that's like violently sort of flapping around in their hand, and you can see the start of a wing start to try to pop out of Jingle Jangle's hand, and they quickly toss it into the cage and slam the door shut.
That was smart.
That worked.
You're a
really well.
very smart goblin.
This key right here is very, very flittery and very, very cute, but Jingle Jangle does not like being jingle jangled in the face.
Same.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah. Tea, though. You said tea?
Yes, she did mention tea.
I mean,
tea.
It is getting late. Jingle Jangle, it's supposedly pretty bad out there at night. Do you think is there a place we can stay around here without having to travel very far?
You could stay here with me. We could have a sleepover, and I could show you all the keys.
Sleepover.
Yes. She gets so excited, claps her hands together. I can show you all my favorite keys. There's this one and that one over there, and I really like this one, and there's all these keys, and check out this one. And she holds up one that hangs from her sort of key chainmail. Check it out!
That's amazing.
That's so
Are there
cool.
marshmallows? Do you have marshmallows?
Marshmallows? I don't have any food. To be actually quite honest, I don't even have any tea.
No.
So then,
We
What-
could make hot apple juice.
why did you offer tea if you don't have it?
Matter.
Because I just got so excited of having friends that I forgot that I didn't have any tea because those brigands, they jangled my truffles right out of my pocket.
Mm.
But if you want to have tea, maybe you could get some truffles and I can make you my special truffle tea.
Yes.
Sure.
Truffle tea.
Where do we find the truffles?
The forest?
Cool.
Let's do it.
I
Oh,
shall go
my
and help you with this task.
So Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp when a bunch of herringons leapt out from behind the reeds in the shrubbery, and they took Jingle Jangle's truffles, threw Jingle Jangle down in the mud, and whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs.
That's really rude. Somebody should really do something about those guys.
I'm ready to do it.
We did.
Oh, cool. That was convenient.
Yes.
You did? You did? How did you did?
We
You didn't even know they did. How did you did?
we
Sure.
did because they did it. They were gonna do it to us, and that's why I have this gourd, and I pull out the gourd.
Shiny.
Yeah. Apparently, it holds joy or something. I don't know.
No joy can be held anywhere but in my keys.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna put it back in my bag now.
That's fair.
Okay, so you took care of the brigands already? Well, then that makes getting tea easy. All you gotta do is just go down and buy that. Be careful of the water. It's slimy and green. Don't drink it. It's gross. I tried it. But once you go down there and buy the water, the things, the truffles, they grow down there. And then you can bring it back, and I can make you truffle tea and truffle butter for truffle toast, and we can have all of the truffle snacks. It's my favorite food on the whole planet. And we could even have truffle pie with apples as a glaze.
Ooh, I'm here for pie.
And have you ever had, and they lean in, truffle whiskey?
All right, we need to go get some truffles. We need to go get some truffles. This is incredibly important. We need to go and get truffles. Keep going.
Never heard you make that noise before. All right.
Don't
This is
ask questions, Lizzie.
Very exciting for me.
We're gonna get poisoned and we're going to die, and this is going to
If
be
you wish,
fine.
I shall go and help you with this task.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Help.
Yeah, if you want, that'd be really cool.
Now,
Truffle
I
Yeah,
have,
let's go.
I have nature, I have survival, and I have investigation.
Let's go find some truffles.
Truffles.
Henry, don't run. We don't know where we
I know.
are.
Oh,
so
Mads is
hungry.
running with Henry. We're fine. Buddy system.
No,
Bye.
Woo!
Cece's gonna look at Delia and be like, at least this time I'm the good noodle, okay? I'm being good, right?
yeah.
Truffles ahead.
Thank you.
Technically, I'm
Truffles
also being good.
behind.
Running off without
No.
I'm with
There's a buddy.
Mads.
It's fine. Yeah, we're fine. Plus, we're only like maybe 20 feet ahead of you.
Excuse you. I have a very fast walking speed.
Well, if that's the case, then you're leaving Mads in the dust.
Please
Six-
don't go too far ahead, children.
Not a child.
16.
Mads is with me.
So you head off merrily like a band of adventurers, skipping down the hill, off to your next sort of task in your days of adventuring. And you skip down to the blue, my darlings, and you start to look around, and you see this large sort of bubbling well near where Jingle Jangle told you to find the truffles.
I rolled a natural 20 survival.
I rolled a 21 nature.
Mads is here for whiskey.
So you find the sort of area that Jingle Jangle normally looks, and it seems to be around the base of this very large well, and you could see whatever truffle bushes or whatever they grow from looks
Truffle
like
bushes.
in that area.
Oh,
Yeah.
they got truffle bushes here.
It's
They do a truffle shuffle, though. I gotta know.
Truffle.
I would say that they
They're-
exclusively do the truffle shuffle.
Awaken truffle shrubs, and they're truffle shuffling away from you, smartasses.
Call the truffle shruffle.
Truffle ahead. Truffle.
I will
beer.
catch up to it.
Oh, good. Henry's got it.
You're gonna shake the bush down, Henry?
I'm fully prepared to tackle a bush.
So as Henry sort of chases this truffle bush away from the well, 3 will-o-wisps float up and greet you near the well.
Yikes. Hello.
Hello.
They greet Henry or all of us?
Actually, they greet Delia first because she talks to dead things. And
Yeah, that's
She
fair.
talks to
I see
angels,
dead people.
says
I
they all
do.
know her
I see all the
name.
dead
3
people.
new dead people talk to you, Delia. And they greet you very politely and ask you what it is that you're looking for.
Oh, we were looking for truffles, apparently. I'm still foggy on the details there, but you guys okay? Did you fall down the well or? Oh, right.
Before they sort of answer you, they tell you to identify yourself and your friends and state your intentions.
Uh-oh.
I am Delia. These are my clients. We have good intentions. We only seek to collect truffles and then leave.
Persuade me, or are you deceiving me?
I mean, I think I'm being honest here.
I don't know if you're ever up to any good.
Okay, you know what? That one's fair. But everyone else is up to good here.
So they kind of look at each other and look back at you. And now they speak in a tone where everybody can hear them, but it's still very gentle, ethereal things of the sort. Very ghosty. If you've ever talked to a ghost before, you know what they sound like. If you haven't, that's unfortunate for you. You didn't get to experience the beautiful etherealness. Grace your eardrums. Sucks to suck. So these ghosts look at you, Delia, and when you had asked them what happened, they say, no, we didn't jump down the well. Haha, funny joke. Heard it 1,000 times before. They kind of look sad when they tell you that Balvorna flooded out this section of Prismere, and when she flooded it out, a lot of the natives to the land passed away.
Oh, that's
Oh.
horrible.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That would be Pavlona to you. She's not a good person.
There aren't many good people in the world, let's be real.
The sort of ghost that's done most of the talking of the 3 asks you what your intentions towards Balvorna are.
We're just here to make tea, right?
I think
Whiskey.
they want her out
Whiskey.
of power. from my understanding. We want
don't-
her out of tower, yes?
We are becoming less and less her fan. That is true.
Yeah.
Also, I think technically that one, she points to CC, is supposed to be serving the actual queen here.
Their
Yeah.
eyes get really big and look at Cece and ask you, Zeppelina, is she free?
I haven't been able to talk to her for a while now, actually.
They pause for a minute when you say that and say, how do I know you're not lying to me, that you really serve Zeppelina and not Belvorna?
I mean, I call her Zai Zai and she hates it, so I don't know. I don't know how to prove it to you.
She gave you magic.
Well, yeah, but the other one could have given me magic. Fine.
I imagine the magic looks different depending on who it is.
Okay, well, I will,
Just
Presty some, fake like, I'll Presty some truffles into my hand.
They look at each other and they sort of speak amongst each other, and they look back to you and they say, okay, if you are who you say you are, then we want to help.
Okay.
And he approaches you and asks for your hand.
Okay.
Oh,
She gives it.
quite forward.
He takes your hand, and as he takes your hand, you feel this sort of warm, gentle tickling sensation up the back of your hand. And as you look, you see this sort of new tattoo has formed. This sort of new tattoo, it looks like a will-o-wisp. And it's very like elegantly drawn. It's very details, things of the sort. And he tells you, with this boon, you will be able to see a lot of things and feel a lot of things. He said, use it wisely. And he nods off to you and they sort of disappear.
What? What?
See, that's your problem now.
No, I'm your problem, which means that this is also your problem.
No, that's tomorrow's problem.
Oh my god, that was not the time.
We're tomorrow's problem. This might be a now problem, but it also might be a good thing. Boons are usually positive.
Okay. Well, feel a lot of things. I already do that. That's annoying enough.
But maybe you have better control over it now, which things you're feeling?
Huh. Who knows? But I have a sick tattoo now. That doesn't mean anything other than the fact that it's just a boon, right? Like, that wasn't a weird will-o-wisp thing. Like, I'm not dating that thing now, right?
I come back.
He did ask for your hand.
He did.
The whole bush.
Right.
The whole bush.
Henry,
You
I
may
have-
not be betrothed to a ghost now. You don't know.
I have a look at my hand, and I just show him my tattooed hand.
Corpse
What?
bride, corpse bride, corpse bride.
Yes.
So Zai Zai is apparently the one that we're supposed to be saving and everything, and they found out that I was her servant, and then they gave me this, and it's a boon and stuff, and so, but they asked for my hand, but they didn't say in marriage, so I'm assuming nothing weird is happening. I'm just rambling on at this point. But your ribbon is still
that's
here, so like
unclear. Oh,
we're still good.
She asked no follow-up questions. She just gave her hand.
I did. I
She's
didn't.
like that.
I
She's
can't
like-
be engaged to a ghost. Okay, this is.
Actually,
not
you'd be
clear.
wrong.
Once
You
we
would
get
be
Zai Zai
wrong.
up and awake and moving and where she's supposed to be, I'll figure it out. Okay.
So for all intents and purposes, you are potentially situationally unavailable.
No.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go walk with my bush now.
No.
Yeah,
No.
So the Will-O-Wisp tattoo, it goes up your left hand, Cece, and it's very beautiful and very elegant. And the tail of it kind of comes down and wraps around your ring finger.
Oh shit. I mean, I don't really believe in monogamy anyway, so. But okay.
That may not potentially matter.
Sci-Fi and I are gonna have some words, okay?
Well, that's not the problem. You can't necessarily have an annulment. You asked no questions and just gave your hand.
Hey, nothing else has happened.
Consent is a thing in the Fae as well, guys. I mean, it is at least below ground.
They don't know my name.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. So I'm.
But you did just agree. With no
You
question.
did. Henry, you have a bush. Let's go. Cece
Henry,
and Delia can work this out. Flip, Lever, to Talavar, are you coming?
Of course.
There is
yes,
whiskey that can
yes.
be made. There is whiskey that can be made.
yeah.
I've
I'll
gone an
come with
entire
you.
day. I've gone an entire day without a glass of alcohol in my hand, and I desperately need it.
I would really like some blood orange right now and possibly some alcohol. Actually, definitely alcohol.
Henry.
I can provide that. Assuming we
Excellent.
get these truffles made into whiskey.
I have a bush.
Oh, wonderful. Let's take your bush back up the hill.
So you get back up the hill and you present your truffle bush, because truffles grow on bushes, damn it, to Jingle Jangle. And Jingle
Truffle
Jangle.
in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, so it's all good.
Yeah.
And I have a whole bush that I tackled.
It's worth technically 2 bushes.
All right. So Jingle Jangle starts making things of truffle, gets some tea going, starts to bake some truffle pie, shows Mads how to make truffle whiskey. Basically, it's just an infusion, and teaches you the correct ratio so that the truffle isn't too overpowering, and even a little trick to cut the flavor down a little bit. And then sits down with you after everything is prepared and you guys are set up a place to sleep there for the night. And you guys sit around this fire and you rest in a very long manner as you speak with this individual. And they begin to tell you things about different things in the realm. They talk to you about Agdon Longscarf, who is the leader of the Harangon Brigands. Jingle Jangle tells you of the bright blue scarf and how he moves fast as lightnings. Jingle Jangle also mentions that if you head towards Brigand's Tollway, you may encounter him there.
Okay.
They also tell you that Brigand's Tollway is a series of old catwalks that circle a giant tree stump. The brigands camp atop the stump because it gives them the advantage of the high ground. They also tell you that the person that you should look for to help you the best through this place is a pincer-clawed scarecrow named Clapperclaw. It hangs around Downfall and knows the way to the neighboring realm of Tither, which is ruled by a hag named Granny Nightshade.
Okay, what do we need to know about her?
Jingle Jangle doesn't know too much of Granny Nightshade, as they've never left hither and have spent most of their time at Tellamy Hill, where they stay safe.
This place has a real hag problem.
Oh yes. Oh yes. There are 3 of them.
Safety is valuable, but it's not the only thing.
Yes, what check do I need to make?
Whichever one it is that you used to make your stuff, your brewer's tools.
If that's the case, I would be sleight of hand. I rolled an 18.
Okay, so you make some apple truffle whiskey.
Wonderful. I'm absolutely going to sparingly give that out, just in case it is particularly good. In which case, I do need to have a little bit of a stash for the morning.
Please do not give it sparingly. I please.
It's more along the lines of, I don't know how much whiskey we've made.
I need a double.
Okay, Clapperclaw. Where would we find them?
Downfall. They like to hang out around Downfall, Jingle Jangle tells you.
Downfall. Thank you.
Cece's
So-
just gonna sit in a chair somewhere near
That's-
everybody else, just
this-
almost holding her hand in and just staring at it and looking at it and kind of still very much freaking out.
I give her a single glass of whiskey and then nothing more because she uses whiskey as her coping mechanism, and I just made this.
That's the second reference to Downfall today, guys.
Yep.
What was the first?
Yep, Downfall's a place.
Yeah, Downfall's a place, and we were told something about it before. I was busy
Yes.
and I wasn't paying much attention, but it came up. I'm
Yeah, that
thinking-
would be me telling you. That's where Bavlona's living in her cottage.
Right, that's where
That's a Bullywug
Bavlona's-
settlement. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the Bullywug settlement. Now it's all coming back to me, which is to
Oh,
say I
one more
found
thing
the right.
about Bavlona that you should probably know. She can conjure minions that basically look like tiny versions of her.
That's a useful trick I would like to learn.
That's super cool.
That is incredibly small if they are your minions, Flip.
That's part of why I think they would be useful.
So many
fair.
teeth.
Also, why I think they'd be so useful. I
Ugh.
could make my own bed bugs.
You could make your own bedbugs.
But I think we need to head toward Downfall, guys. It sounds like we need to find Laberclaw and we probably need to do something about the Pavlova lady and yeah.
We have to kill the hag to get the cauldron to unfreeze the time.
But maybe we should deal with the brigands first. I don't know about you guys, but somehow killing a hag to unfreeze time seems like a really big project right now.
Yeah, a little. Just a little.
That's why we're here, though, and that would unfreeze Zaza because she's the one that's frozen.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just wondering if we should try to do it right now or
Not right now. That's stupid. We will die.
right.
I'm not
part.
dying.
Perhaps the brigands are the best place to start.
Also, I kind of want to see a scarf that makes you fast.
Oh man, I'd be really fast.
Right? Wouldn't that be kind of? Can you imagine if you had that before you went home, you could outrun your father?
Just straight zoom.
So you kind of spend the rest of the night talking to Jingle Jangle, things of the sort, making truffle items, learning new recipes if that's your cup of tea. If it's not, then you're just playing your music and hanging out. You camp out for the night, take a good long rest, and you get up in the morning and pack up to leave. Jingle Jangle thanks you very much for all of your help. Sir Talavar is able to get a good rest in as well. So he's ready to travel back to his queen, Tatiana. And as you sort of leave Jingle Jangle's little goblin hole, the tree people outside are extremely happy and thankful that you were so kind to Jingle Jangle and lifted her spirits up. And so they kind of dance around you in appreciation. And one of them approaches Lever and hands him an iron key that Jingle Jangle dropped into her He tells you that this key will be useful later on and does a very obvious wink that is trying to be nonchalant, but he's a tree, so he's not like a professional winker. So he does this like really, really silly wink a couple times as he tells you it'll be useful later on. And
Wink, wink. Yeah, yeah.
And they let you leave, sort of.
I got you. Wink, wink. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all for helping me once again. I must go now back to my queen, but your valor shall not be forgotten.
Yeah. It was good to meet you and help you out. If we ever if we ever see you again, it would be nice. That's the words I'm trying to say out of my mouth.
We hope to cross paths with you again.
Thank you. Yep, those are words.
Could we find you if we came to your court?
Probably yes. Yes, I will be at summer court. Yes.
Going to no. Oh.
What's wrong with that?
She's real? They're real? It's real?
Yes.
Obviously.
I don't know about that.
Oh, flip.
Isn't this your thing? Like, why isn't this realistic?
I grew up with those stories, but they're just children's stories. He said he serves Tatiana.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, but Tatiana.
Yeah.
Titania.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
You guys don't. Oh, she's more powerful than any dragon.
Oh. Wait, hold on. What?
If she's real.
Oh.
I always thought she was just a story.
Well, all stories have a little bit of truth in them, don't they?
But she turns. Oh, her magic is. Oh. And I just sit down on a clump of moss. Oh, there is just so much up here.
I'm gonna have my hand hover before I carefully pat Flip on the back. There. It's gonna be okay.
Ah, such empathy.
I'm trying here. This is very difficult for me.
You're doing great.
Such tenderness. What a tender moment.
It was very nice to meet you, Sir Talavar. Please give the Queen our regards. I don't know if we will ever be fit for her court, though.
Well, thank you again. It was nice to meet you all too. I will, of course, give her your regards, and I'm pretty sure you'd be welcome there.
That's right. Just remember, we'll lay our lives on the line for you.
Be safe. And
you too. I think you need that more than me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
Yeah.
And with that, Sir Talavar is flying away.
Goodbye now.
And with that,